And here we are. It's Wednesday. Yay! Okay, I did the hump day joke last week. That's once. Okay, once a month maybe. So, I think I mentioned Monday that I was making alcoholics. They are done. And so that's what I'm going to do today. Yes, it's a theme now, pink and green. What can I say? I'm wishing we could have a garden party, something. Anyway, I'm not going to dink around with this too much. I have a little tiny brush because I don't really need a big one. We are doing medium coffins, full length for the ones. So you can look at the chart. You know what we're doing. Okay? At least size-wise. And these are going to... Sorry, testing the rest of the set sitting over here that feel funny. Anyway, these are going to have alcohol ink splotches, and then I'm going to stamp over them. Oh, yes. And with a little bit of luck, they'll come out looking something like this little guy, which you can't really see sitting there, so I'm going to pick him up and bring him in close, I hope. And the camera will focus because my phone loves me. I want to move toward these. Yes. Come on, focus. There. What do you think? Yeah? Isn't it sweet? Yeah, I'm all about the sweet this month. I don't know. Or these days. Anywho. Going over that enough. These like to fall over on me. That's okay. We're going to just start with one and dive in, and I'll babble at you. So, yes, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm not claiming to be anything close to professional. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, ink can't sit there. But I have learned several things. One, always have a little piece of paper under your ink jar, because you just never know. Okay, and I got some on my brush. I have not bled it off of my brush. I'm just going and making broad wiggles and stuff, because look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? That's so much. It's actually, I don't know if you can see, it's really a pale pink, but it will pop. I will get it to pop. Okay, it's pink. Trust me, it's pink. I'm going to do pink first. I'm probably not going to do the same pattern on both because, well, you know, the entire set of nails will be the pink and the green, but the accent nails are the only ones I think that I will stamp on too. And just let the others speak for themselves. So, well, that actually looks a little bit like a weird swan. Okay, I'm done with that. It looks like a weird swan, trust me. So I just use my favorite little pieces of paper, right? Yeah. To blot the brush. There's no carryover on color, apparently. I've been playing with this a lot today. You gotta see the rest of my hands. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. So then again, it really does make sort of a marbling color thing. I don't need much. I also don't need cat hair. Or my hair. Whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I don't need it. There we go. Lint. It is pointless lint. So I'm just going to sort of dab around here and see what we get. Yeah, it looks a little garden party-ish, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I know my working light makes it. These are very soft, very subtle. Pink and green tend to be. I think I'm tired of being in your face all the time. So I'm just going to sort of dab into the gaps and see what it does. Because it reacts very much like when I've done the marker and alcohol, only it is quicker. Okay, I don't need to do much more on these. I mean, it's really that. There. See, a little bit different pattern. Wait, I need to move closer. There we go. I'm getting there. I don't know if you can see that. A couple of spots that are still a little damp, so I have to remember and be careful. So I'm just going to throw these in the nuker for like 30 seconds just to dry, just to evaporate the alcohol that's on there. So, and then that is that simple. I'm going to move my inks out of the way and cover them. I made that mistake earlier. I almost had a catastrophe. I almost had green ink everywhere. Okay. This was the paper it was sitting on. Let's see if it'll, yeah, you see that? Yeah, it was everywhere. You didn't see all the ones I threw away. I was just like swearing. Okay, so let's talk about stamping. It is something that you actually do have to work at. It takes practice. And some days it's just not gonna do what you want to do. I don't care how much you swear at it. It just isn't gonna do what you want to do. So I'm cleaning the brush while we're talking, by the way, because you always should. These were expensive little brushes and very handy. And there we go again. Yeah, me and this cameraman. I'm gonna end up. I gotta hire someone. I think that's the dealio, yo. Okay. So make sure I know where my matte top is, and I do. So these are, I'm going to pick one of these two colors, and they're both from Maniology, my heroes. So many cool stuff. From what I can test, I think the green is going to work better. This is a bit too shiny, but it's such a pretty color, I had to show it. Okay. So this can just stay here. I'm going to reach over here and grab. Now, the stamping plate I'm using, though, is from Kiss. It was my very first plate. I love this plate. I have used it. This was the very first pattern I ever stamped, and it was in sort of gold on top of green. I've never been able to recreate it. It makes me very sad because it was very regal. But today, we're going to do these little flowers here. These, okay? They look sort of like daisies, but not really. I'm also debating, at least I think I'm doing those. I might do these and just do the, like, it's kind of tropical and kind of not. They're very pretty, and I like them a great deal. So, I like the leaves too, but I want a little bit more, I think. So these will give me the more without overdoing it. So, what do I need for stamping? Well, one of the things I need is to not itch my nose in front of everybody. Sorry. I need, obviously, my little squares, right? We always have that. I need a stamper. This is my new one. It has seen a bit of work. So it is pink. It is gel. It is a little sticky, which is what it's supposed to be. And I don't use it very often because I just don't. I got it as part of a package with Maniology. It was like their girl bestie thing. So everything was pink with hearts. I'm okay with that. This is the little scraper. You can also use, people have used like old credit cards. Whatever. So I am not one to do a great big fancy tutorial. I just am not. Okay, it's not my thing. It just isn't. Okay. The victims. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, camera, catch up with the rest of us, would you? So now these are dry, and they are indeed dry. I will proceed with the stampings. I'm going to move these guys out of the way a little bit so you can maybe see. I don't do these as a tutorial. I do them so that I can talk to people while I'm doing this. And we can express ideas, or you can express an idea. And I'm going to turn this light down just a skitch. Because the glare is really, that is down. No, it isn't. It would help if I looked what's up and what's down, right? There we go. That helps on the glare, sort of. So these guys are going to go here. I'm going to move this out of the glare zone, I hope. And like any other polish, shake, 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 shake. Stamping polish is a little different. It can be thicker. It dries differently. It's hard to explain why it's different, but it is. So I have this little foam thing under here because I do. No real reason. So what you don't want to do when you're doing this is dawdle too much. So make sure that you have everything pretty much within an easy grasp. I want those up there. I want these there. I want these here. Stamper. Okay. So it's a 1, 2, 3 sort of thing. There really isn't a whole lot to it. I'm sure you can find the tutorials on 8 billion websites out there. I'm just going to put a little coat. Don't even close the bottle. Just remember that you don't scrape quickly. Put that there. Put this here. Light press. And I don't know, can you see these? You see. Can't take too much time because they see. Very simple. Pick a nail, any nail. How do I want this to look? I want it to be right about there. Ta-da! Very simple. I also have double-sided tape for cleaning the stamper off. Sometimes it dries a little quick. And there we have our little garden on a nail. Pretty flowers, pink and green underneath. It works. So I can't show you double-sided tape because it is attached to the table here. But you want to use double-sided tape to clean off the excess. And it comes off very easily. You don't need to use a lot of pressure. This is not about power. This is about patience. I said that, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to do the other one. There we go. Regular nail polish remover to clean the plate each time. Do not let it be a thing of, oh, I'll do it later. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You'll have a bad time, I'm telling you. So, and these work great for that because they don't shred, they just do. And I have my little basket. I do try and dry this off. They say that you should not use like a conditioned, non-acetone or whatever. Piffle. I do it all the time. Why? Because it comes in a pump bottle. Yes! I also found one at Walmart for like 97 cents. So if that's your kind of nail polish remover, check for them. It makes it really super duper easy. Okay. So, and rinse, lather, repeat. And it's really that simple. And yet, now I have seen people, they can do these in multiple colors. You know what? I'm not that fancy. Not today. Okay, sometimes I give it 1 scrape, sometimes I give it 2. Really kind of depends on where I'm at. Light press, pull it up. Perfect! Well, not perfect, but it's perfecter than if I just missed it all together. And I really like the little fern parts. Okay, there we go. You can go there. These all brush down nice and flat. And there we have our other flower garden. Now, if I wanted to take the time, I could reverse stamp these and paint in all the pretty colors. But I'm not gonna. And that is basically it. I'm going to matte coat these because I can and because I think it looks better. I tried earlier with a shiny top coat. I didn't like it. I thought it was too in your face. I thought it was too loud. So, and those two are going to be the ones. Oh my God, my husband's going to kill me if this doesn't come off the damn table. Oh Jesus, there we go. So, double-sided tape. Really super sticky. Really great for this stuff. Use it for a lot of things. It also works really well if you've got two panels of curtains and they tend to want to move apart from each other. Get a piece of double-sided tape, run it on one, pull them, pin them together that way. I did in my living room. It works great, especially summertime. You know, the curtains sort of slide apart and suddenly you're sitting there in the late afternoon or whatever, and you're blind, you can't see, and there's glare everywhere, and you're like, this sucks, blah, blah, blah. So that's there, nice and clean, shiny, clean, out of my way. Okay, stamping it. Closed, out of the way. I'm going to put the lids a little firmer on those. Okay, stamper has been cleaned. See, no residue. No residue, just pink. Okay. Put the lid back on it. It keeps cat hair off of it. I try and keep the scraper with it, but, you know, there's so many places to stick things these days. Shut up. That, you know, I just, yeah. Okay, so this stuff dries reasonably quick. It's not perfect, but it does dry reasonably quick. Next thing is I knock it over. Matte top coat. I use a gel because after testing it with the knot gel, I don't like how the knot gel works. So, and the gel allows me to dry everything all at once. So, I think you've seen me use this stuff before. And it just glides on. And everything just sort of blends together. And it looks really pretty. I like that these don't match, but they match. And that is it. One simple coat on each of these. Put it on for a minute. Close the lid. And this really, I'm not doing a fancy set today. I try and keep my sets simple. I thought about that today, and I realized that I see a lot of fancy sets out there, and they're awesome. And I say props to you that do them, because I'm not at that level. I don't know I want to be at that level. What I do know is that my goal with this is for people with disabilities. Whatever that disability may be. So one, they don't need to be extra super duper long, although if you're cosplaying, and I will do cosplay nails, I will do. That'll be my one-off Friday, and we'll do it live, and I'll show you how long a nail I will do. But in any event, these are simple. They're simple, they're functional. You could, you know, go out and do things in them, like, I don't know, shopping. You could just sit there and stop wiggling. Doesn't have a very good stabilizing point. You know, you could just go and do stuff and hang out with your friends. You just feel pretty by sitting in your room and looking down and knowing that you've got these really cool nails and that you can still do things with them. My son and daughter-in-law, they will both. Yes, my son will have me do nails for him. My daughter-in-law realized that she feels more like a girl, even if they aren't very long. They're painted and they're pretty, and now she's painting her own nails. And she heads for the teals. Every time. Guaranteed. Teals, blues. She is a teal fiend. That's why I'm surprised she didn't rip my accent nails off of my hand with this set, because she saw them and she's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you rip them off my hands, you and I are going to have a talk, girly girl. There we go. And they are done, except for wiping them down, which I always wipe my top coats down, regardless. But now see, if you had aversion to, like, I don't know, noise and sanding and all that crap that is part of a standard nail salon, you couldn't get these. Or if you did, they'd charge you a lot. I will tell you point blank that if I here, now you can see them up close. See, now isn't that just sweet? There's not much to it, and yet there's everything to it. So I'm going to do the rest of this set. But what I was going to say is that, your regular salons, and I do them. I've been there. So I know from whence I speak. It's great. You have someone that's taken the time to get fancy certification, and they can do all the acrylic and stuff. And that involves a lot of sanding, a lot of noise, a lot of time, and no guarantees of comfort. And it feels kind of like you're in a, cattle call. And some people can't do that. So for those people that cannot or will not do a salon, I'm your go-to. Okay? I don't put on any pretenses. You have an idea for a nail, throw it at me. I'll make a shot at it. I get close to it. But just, yeah. So that is literally how simple this set's going to be. I will do, matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. Is I got the other 4. I'm just going to paint them. Now, really? Did I really put that brush away? Oh my God, I did. Wow. Well, now, wasn't that a fun little adventure? What is this? This is too big and too soft. What about you? Are you what I was using? I don't remember. I think it is. So I'm just going to do these. Because otherwise this is, yeah, it's 20 minutes now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go do the rest of these, and I will get a final shot of them, and we will talk then. Okay, now sit tight. I'll be back as soon as I turn my mouse on, because I've heard that helps to make the mouse do its thing. And I will be back. Okay, alrighty then. Right, and there you see that we have finished them off. I decided to stamp the rest because, I could. So, but I just used the leaves because I said I wanted to see what those look like, and I actually think the leaves look better. And so there we have it. That is our set for today. Friday, I will be doing our usual one-off. I may stream it live, so we may not have all this multiple fancy stuff. It may just be me talking and painting a nail. Yep. It's highly probable. So, kind of nice I can manipulate the camera this way. So, until Friday, be excellent to each other. And, follow the rules, enjoy the weather, enjoy each other. And I will see you Friday. All right. Bye-bye.